This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show, presented by Helena Accommodations, the in-town 5-star extended stay residences. Visit HelenaAccommodations.com. Broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave, here's Jason Walker.
Happy Wednesday. It is the Jason Walker Show. Here inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave, the big Fox Sports announcer guy says. It's awesome to have him. This is the same guy that introduces the Dan Patrick Show. And he's introducing the Jason Walker Show. How flippin' cool is that? All right, we got a big show coming up today. Zacchaeus Darko Kelly, two-time back-to-back National NAI Player of the Week, will join us. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Also going to check in with Helena High girls coach Eric Peterson. And we'll talk to former Bengal softball standout Tara Gilchrist. We learned something about Tara last night, and we had no idea. So she's going to share a story with us coming up in about 40 minutes or so here on the Jason Walker Show, which is presented by Helena Accommodations, the in-town 5-star extended stay residences. Visit HelenaAccommodations.com. We got That's What She Said. That'll be Tara Gilchrist today. Also got some great new sponsors jumping on board. If you go to JasonWalkerShow.com, visit our sponsor pages, and thank them for giving you the opportunity to be part of this show. We appreciate our sponsors. We appreciate our viewers and listeners. You can listen on Podbean. Oh, I should probably turn on the other one as well. It is also on TreasureStateRadio.com. And if you haven't downloaded that app yet, you need to. Working, by the way, Google Play and App Store for TreasureStateRadio.com. Working on an app for the Jason Walker Show. So keep that in mind as we move forward here in life. Anyway, you can watch on Facebook.com/The Jason Walker Show. You can also YouTube live. And then all of our stuff is up on JasonWalkerShow.com. Email us anytime, JasonWalkerSports@gmail.com, or you can tweet us, Facebook us, always. All right, so the new NAI Top 25 Coaches Poll was out for the men, and it has Georgetown, the defending champs, number one, picking up 6 first-place votes. Georgetown lost for the first time this year, so now there are no more unbeatens remaining in NAI Division I. Mid-America Christian stays at number 2 with 2 first-place votes, 25-1. Also 25-1, LC State, number 3 ranked team in the country. Picked up a first-place vote as well. The Warriors are good. Dalton State, Georgia dropped from 3 to 5. Westmont, California stays at 4. Also staying in the same place as it was a couple of weeks ago, Providence. The Argos and Steve Keller, 21-5 on the year, ranked number 11 for the second straight poll. Dropping 2 spots to number 19 are the Carroll men. And those are the 3 Frontier teams that are ranked. You got LC State at number 3, Providence at number 11, and Carroll at number 19. Now, barring a collapse by either Providence or Carroll, all 3 teams should make the national tournament in Kansas City coming up in about a month from now. Carroll's got a tough one at LC this week on Saturday. Saturday night. So that's going to be a tough one. Providence, visits Carroll next week. That'll be a big game. Argos also, I believe, are done with LC. They've got Northern and Rocky. Yeah, they're done with LC this year. So, anyway, there is your Frontier Conference teams in the NAI men's top 25. Providence is led by Zacchaeus Darko Kelly, the junior who sat out last year after transferring from Montana Western, is having an unbelievable season. We've watched him grow since he was a young freshman down in Dillon at the University of Montana Western. Played 2 years there, moving up to Providence, sat out last year due to transfer rules, and is back playing this year. And having a great year. He leads the Frontier in scoring. He is in the top 5 in the Frontier in most statistical categories, and he is having an amazing year. Today's Twitter poll, you can vote at Jaywalker Sports on the Twitter, is who should win the Frontier Conference Men's Basketball Player of the Year. Zacchaeus Darko Kelly, who has 5 nods for Player of the Week, 2 National Player of the Weeks, or Jovan Slovanchinin of Carroll, who has been named the Frontier Conference Player of the Week 6 times this year. And he leads the league in rebounding. And it's not close. He's averaging a double-double. Those 2 are your nominees, I think, for Player of the Year in the Frontier, and I want to know who you think should win. You can vote at Jaywalker Sports on the Twitter. Or you can send it in on Facebook or email as well. Got a chance to catch up with Zacchaeus Darko Kelly earlier today between classes, and he joins us here now on the Jason Walker Show, presented on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All right, first off, man, I appreciate you joining us. Congratulations. 5 Frontier Player of the Week nods so far, and back-to-back NAI National Player of the Week nods. How special is that?
It's pretty special. I mean, I think whenever someone gets the award, it usually means that their team wins 1 or 2 games, and if that's the case, then I'll keep taking them.
Definitely. Zacchaeus Darko Kelly joining us here on the Jason Walker Show. All right, I got to know, first off, how hard was it to sit out last year?
Oh, man. It was really tough, especially after coming off a great year that I had and that we had as a team at Western. It was really tough. So I've been just all last year I was itching to get back to the national tournament.
How'd you stay in shape?
I just worked out all the time. I had a couple friends that would take me on base and play pickup there. Just stayed busy, stayed hooping, stayed lifting.
Are you an Air Force brat?
No, I'm not,
okay.
But I got a couple friends that were able to get me on.
All right, Zacchaeus, I got to ask this too. How did you end up going from Great Falls to Missoula and then to Western?
So about halfway through my 7th grade year, my mom decided to go finish her degree at the University of Montana.
Okay.
So about, halfway through my 7th grade year, we moved there, and Keller recruited me after my senior year, and that's how I ended up at Western.
He's a pretty good recruiter, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't know how he finds some of the people he does, but he does it.
Yes, he does. I used to do Carroll radio, and I've watched you grow from freshman year, sophomore year, and now in your junior year at Providence. But to me, and we always used to say this, I did games with Gary Turcotte, and we used to say this during the men's games. You reminded me, your game, your body build, your everything was a lot like Matt Wyman. Did you ever hear that before, or was it just us talking?
I mean, I kind of knew we had similar body types. We're both tall, long. But, I never heard that one before.
Oh, really? Just the dunks that you guys can throw down, the athleticism that you guys have, it's unbelievable. There was a lot of similarities between the two of you that we thought, and to me, it's a compliment to both of you because you're both great players.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, man, I played a little with Matt when I was younger, played against him. So, yeah, he's a really good player, in my opinion, and I think it's awesome that we can be mentioned in the same breath together.
Zacchaeus Darko Kelly joining us here, Jason Walker Show on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All right, let's get back to this season. It started off great. You guys have stumbled a little bit in Frontier play, but literally so is everybody else. The Frontier is tough. You know that. And how do you teach the younger guys on the team or the newcomers on the team? Yeah, it's great we went 12-0 in non-conference play, but the Frontier is something different. How do you tell the guys about it?
Yeah, it's just for the younger guys and even some of the transfers that we got, they really didn't know what to expect. I just try to tell them that every night you got to bring it. There's no nights off in the Frontier at all. Anyone's capable of being beat on any night.
And we have seen that over the course of the last few seasons that you've been a part of the league for sure. How hard was it a decision for you to follow Coach Keller up to Providence?
It was a little tough. I mean, I got a lot of love for Western. I had a really great time my 3 years there. Mm-hmm. But what it really came down to was I really wanted to play for Coach Keller, and it was a good situation because my family lives in Great Falls. My mom and my brother and then my grandparents live out in Belt. So it was just Fantastic. A comfortable situation.
Definitely. Is the Zacchaeus Darko Kelly joining us, Jason Walker Show. All right. You lead the Argos in every statistical category. You are in the top 5 in the Frontier in every statistical category. How many dunks do you have this year? Do you know that?
I have no idea, honestly.
It's got to be a lot. What's your favorite dunk?
Man, I don't know. I think my best dunk would probably be a windmill. Mm-hmm. I think that feels the best when I get a good one of those down, for sure.
And of course, the crowd goes nuts, no matter especially if you're home, but even on the road, they like to appreciate the athleticism of those. Are you going to be the dunk contest in the next couple years at KC if you get a chance?
If they ask me, I don't think I would be able to turn it down. I think that'd be a great experience.
This year, let's get back to the Argos. Brandon Cotton had such a great year a year ago, and you got to watch it up close. What's he like to play with as the point guard? Because you guys both share, I mean, he's had to take a back seat a little bit to you this year, but you guys work so well together. How's that cohesiveness worked, and how did you guys make it work?
I don't know. From the day he got on campus, we just kind of clicked. I mean, we both love basketball. We got similar friends, I guess you could say, from Tacoma that we both know, and I just grinded with him all summer. He's one of the hardest workers I know, so he really pushed me, and I pushed him, and we just wanted to make this season the best we could.
And so far, it's going pretty well. Like we mentioned, the Frontier, a tough one. And we'll talk about the games you got coming up. I know you got to run here soon, but a couple of final questions for the Zacchaeus Darko Kelly here on the Jason Walker Show. Having Jackson Hashley on the inside, he's a beast. You're out rebounding him, but he could take one away from you if he wanted. He's a big dude and a big load down below.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Big Jax, man. I love playing with him. He just plays so hard. He really makes my job easy with the screens he be saying. He catches all my passes somehow. I don't know how he does it, but, yeah, it's really fun playing with him. Let's
go back to about a month ago, and you got into – I mean, you were still averaging about average, but it seemed like you had fatigued a little bit. But the last 2 weeks – you got a new gear, and the scoring output has gone up. The triple-double is fantastic, almost back-to-back triple-doubles a couple weeks ago. Was it fatigue, and then you just got a new life, or what was it? I mean, this is a long grind of a season, but the last 2 weeks, like I said, you've really stepped it up even more.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing a lot of minutes this season, but I don't know. Yeah, I think if you want to accomplish some of the things you want to accomplish in the Frontier and college basketball in general, you just got to find another a switch to turn on and keep going.
Definitely. And a couple of games coming up this week in the Frontier on Thursday and Friday, or Friday and Saturday, I guess. You've got Western coming to town, and then Rocky. And Rocky's struggling a little bit this year. That's the back end of this double weekend. But Western's playing really good basketball this year. What's it going to take to beat them?
I mean, first of all, we just can't sleep on them, really. I think they beat Carroll earlier this year, so I mean they're capable of beating anyone. So we're just gonna have to bring the energy and play hard, play smart, and play together, like Coach Keller said.
What's your favorite gym to play in?
In the Frontier?
Yeah.
I mean, I like Providence. Something about LC's gym. I like their hoops.
That's the first. Nobody's ever said they like playing at LC because the hoops are always a different size, and then the one side, is it the visitor side, is always a little bit stiffer in the second half. It seems like, so the shots don't fall as easy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's something about
It's a nice
the energy
gym
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a great gym. What's the worst gym to go to in the Frontier? For you personally?
I don't like Carroll's hoops.
Really?
I like playing there because they always have good fans,
Yeah.
a lot of good energy there. But yeah, I don't like their baskets.
So that's why when you dunk at Carroll, you're trying to bring it down, so they have to change it, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Hey, what's the plans after graduation? I know you still got a couple of years, but what's your major and what are you looking forward to?
I'm I'm majoring in exercise science with the emphasis in coaching. So if I could get into that somewhere down the road, I'd like to do that. But I want to play basketball for as long as I can, see where that takes me.
A couple final quick ones here for Zacchaeus Darko Kelly, but who were your idols growing up?
Probably my mom. I mean, she raised me and my brother pretty much by herself for most of our lives. So I look up to her. She's such a hard worker. I think that's where most of my work ethic comes from, as well as my grandpa. But also, I love LeBron James. I think he's my favorite player, so I look up to him a lot.
Yeah, but you're more built like Kobe.
Right. I don't know. I didn't really like Kobe, but I really gained respect for him as the years went on.
Sure. Well, and you're still a youngin', so you got a couple of more years to develop and get that body size of LeBron. You can get a couple more, work out like Jackson Hashley does. You'll start to look like LeBron.
Oh, yeah. No doubt in that. No doubt.
Zacchaeus, man, I appreciate it. I know you're a busy guy, but good luck this weekend, and hopefully I run into you next week when you're down here at taking on Carroll, and then maybe you guys get to that national tournament because it's a special atmosphere down in KC. You know that all too well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Thank you. I appreciate it.
That is Zacchaeus Darko Kelly, who joined us earlier on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline, and man, he's a good dude, great basketball player, and a better kid. And I say that because he still is. He's going to have. I don't know if he wins National Player of the Year this year. He's got a heck of an opportunity, but I think next year he's got a really good chance. And man, you can vote who's going to win or who should win the Frontier Conference Men's Player of the Year, which is voted on by coaches. Would you give it to Zacchaeus Darko Kelly, who's leading the league in scoring and also leading the league in steals and blocks, which he's averaging a block and a half per game, almost 23 points per game, which is, I think, 7th in the country, and just over 2 steals per game. Or Jovan Slovančanin, who's averaging a double-double from Carroll College, and he's won 6 Players of the Week Player of the Week awards in the Frontier. Darko Kelly has won 5, but Darko Kelly has won 2, in fact, back-to-back National Player of the Week awards in the NAI. It's a tough one. You can vote at Jaywalker Sports on the Twitter. You can tweet us, text us, Facebook us, mail, whatever. Get a hold of us. The Jason Walker Show is presented by Helen Accommodations, and notable milestones at Helen Accommodations. Recently completed the 100th straight 5-star rating from clients, and obviously happy about that. Dorme Bene, sleep well, the motto, and they really believe in it because extended stay environment has created terrific referral and repeat business. In fact, the success Helen Accommodations has had because of Dorme Bene, sleep well, almost always Helen Accommodations is quote unquote about to be sold out. They've had to turn down prospective clients and even repeat clients and refer them to others. So they need to expand. And here's where you come in. If you're a real estate owner and you have terrific property like a single family or a duplex, best yet, a fourplex, it might be time to discuss joining Helen Accommodations as an affiliate extended stay provider. Give James Yount a call, 422-6702. Have a discussion about the Helen Accommodations business opportunities. Give James a call, 422-6702. And as always, dorme bene, sleep well. Coming up next, Eric Peterson, head coach of Helena High Girls. He joined us on the Jason Walker Show right around the corner.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back on a Wednesday, Jason Walker Show. Inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Appreciate you joining us. Still to come, Tara Gilchrist will join us from Bozeman, former Helena High standout on the, in the circle for the Bengals. And she will join us. She's got a fundraiser coming up for her birthday. And it's, she'll tell you the story. And it's something that not many people even knew about. So that is on the way. And say hi to everybody listening at Huntley Project during the 6th C basketball tournament, boys and girls going on down at Huntley. Got district tournaments going on all over the place. Started Monday, more started yesterday, some starting today, others tomorrow, and then, overlay and overlap and wrap up Saturday night. And then, of course, Monday actually next week. Which district is it? One of them wraps up with, I think is it the 6, maybe the 2Cs? 2C or 6C, I think. One of them is sending 5 teams to divisionals, so they have to have a replay game. 3-2-1. They've got to play on Monday to determine the fifth place team that it goes to divisionals. And I think it's the 2C. I think it's the 2C. All right. Anyway, Jason Walker Show, and your support is appreciated as always. We thank you for joining us. Had a great time talking to Zacchaeus Darko Kelly a little bit earlier about University of Providence, and about him. And it's just he's such a great kid. Thanks to Providence Athletics for helping to set that up. Good kid. By the way, last night, Carroll women swept Tech, a huge win. Maddie Garrett's a career-high 21 points for the redshirt freshman. And then the Carroll men lost at Tech. And the Tech men, pretty good. They're playing a lot better under Adam Hyatt. So a tough loss for the Saints. And they've got a tough one on the road this week at LC. Got blown out by almost 30 a couple weeks ago at Lewiston. Final trip to Lewiston, though, for the Carroll men and women in the regular season. So, all right. And then other games in the Frontier coming up this weekend. Going to be some great ones as well. There's also going to be some great high school games coming up, and that includes Crosstown in the Queen City. The boys will play Friday night. The girls will play Saturday. And joining us now to chat about it on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline is the head coach of the girls, the Bengal girls. His name is Eric Peterson, and he joins us now on the Jason Walker Show. All right, Coach, up and down week again. It seems like 500 weeks have been literally a 500 week, not 500 weeks ago, but up and down all season. You win a game, you lose a game, you lose a game, you win a game, that type of deal. Is that kind of how it's felt for you guys, roller coaster-ish?
Definitely. That's exactly how it's felt. And that consistency of winning games is what we're striving for. And we just, right when we think we have it, we don't perform and we lose a game and then come back and we'll win by big and then we'll come back and lose again. So we're just looking for that consistency, and we're running out of time with 3 games left. So that's what we're striving for the last couple of weeks.
Obviously, you want to be playing your best basketball at the end of the season as you head into tournament play, the old cliches. Are you getting there?
I hope so. It's like I said, it's kind of hard to tell right now when, I felt we didn't play very well against Sentinel. I thought we did a lot of things that I thought we had fixed, and I thought we were flat, and our bench wasn't involved, and I just thought we weren't our normal selves after the week before that we had against Hellgate, and then we turn around and go to Big Sky, and it's the exact opposite. Everybody's involved, everyone's getting time, everyone's contributing, and in a positive way. I felt like the girls were playing for each other versus just being out there playing. So that's what we're trying to get to against all the good teams in the state. We came through against Hellgate, but then Sentinel we kind of laid an egg. So hopefully against Capital this weekend, we're ready to turn that corner.
What's the theme this week in practice?
Defense. I think just defensively, we got to be better against the good teams. We've been giving up too many points, especially in the first quarter. The last time we played Capital, we gave ourselves a chance just because we were, gave up 16 points in the first 3 quarters or something similar to that. So our defense kept us in that game, and we just couldn't finish it out. But we've been giving up double-digit first quarters against, everybody we've been playing against. And so that's not our forte, and that's not going to win us games. So we've been really focusing in on defense this week.
Who's been, Eric Peterson joining us, the head coach of Helena High on the Jason Walker Show, who's been a surprise for you this year that maybe has been a name kind of in the background that most people, that unless they're going to the games, they're not used to seeing somebody play so well that maybe is a surprise?
For us, I'd say probably Kylie Lance would be the one that jumps out to me. She's really been playing well this year. She's has a very high upside, and she's been proving it. She's playing very confident right now. She's taking great shots and shooting the basketball, and her teammates are giving her those opportunities, and she's taking advantage. And on the defensive end, I feel like she's getting better. Now, she hasn't had a lot of varsity experience, 0 varsity experience last year. And so this year she's worked her way into the starting lineup, about 2/3 of the way through the year, and she hasn't looked back.
Eric Peterson, our guest here in the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. When you look at this season, and I know there's a long way to go still with the regular season and the divisionals in state, but has this year been one of the most challenging years for you?
I would say so. I felt last year was probably the most stressful year I've had as a coach, just because you lose one player and, coming off the second state championship. So the expectations were there. I think as far as the expectations went this year, they weren't as great. I felt like a lot of people kind of counted us out right away, but in our locker room, I still feel like we've got the talent, and for us to be playing as inconsistently as we have been has been a challenge. And so obviously as a coach, I'm trying to pinpoint those little things of what can I do differently and how can we approach it differently to try to get over that hump. But I would say that's been the biggest challenge, and it's been one of the most challenging years, because the other years that we were 8-13, my first 2 years here, I felt like that's about right where we should have been. This year, I feel like we're underachieving a little bit at this point.
A couple of final ones for you before we talk about Capital here in a second. But with the game coming up this week, it's a big weekend, and Helena High and Capital putting aside the rivalry for a little bit with the fundraiser for Alex Barker coming up on Friday and Saturday. And I think it's just absolutely awesome that Helena High is hosting a fundraiser for a kid from Capital. And it's awesome to me.
Yeah, I mean, that just shows you what kind of community this is. It's, the whole community backs each other, and, it's just a basketball game in the end of it. And I actually taught Alex when I was at CR. So even though I'm coaching over here, I had Alex in class, so I know who Alex is and, what he's all about. And it, like I said, it rings true that it's just a basketball game where there's a lot bigger things going on. And this is one where hopefully the whole community can get behind and help support a kid, who's in need. And, I know he's doing pretty well, but it's just one of those things. It's a scary situation, and, hopefully everyone comes together.
Had him on the show yesterday, and the positivity, him and his mom Charmaine, is unbelievable. Great. It's inspiring, and they said they're going to try to come back to the game at least on Saturday. I don't know if they'll make it back on Friday night, but they're going to try to come to the girls' game on Saturday, which is super cool. Now you got Capital Saturday afternoon at your place. We know what happened in that first game, a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter. They get you in overtime. And you mentioned defense, but what else has to be different this time?
Our mentality, the attitude at the end of the game, which is exactly what we brought to the table against Hellgate. Hellgate goes on a little run and they tie it up after we take the lead, and our demeanor didn't change. Mm-hmm. Our demeanor was the same. We were, in every timeout, I felt like our confidence level was up. The girls believed in what the outcome would be and believed in each other. The first time we played at Capital, I didn't see that. We were up going that 10. They score the first 6 points in the fourth quarter and timeout, and I felt like our demeanor was totally different. I felt like they were, kind of playing not to lose at that point, and I feel like that's the biggest thing that we have to do, other than just play defense for the whole game, is to have that same confidence, the same outlook of, kind of not falling in that trap of, oh crap, they scored a few points. If they go on a little run, our mentality has to be, we're going to go on a bigger run. You just got to give us that opportunity. And so that's what we are kind of preaching to the girls. And I feel like, they're loose this week. I feel like they're working hard, and I feel like, they're going to be ready to go on come Saturday.
It should be a great game. You have the Barch twins to deal with. Who on Capital scares you other than the Barch twins?
Well, I think Michelle O'Malley has been playing great, especially against us. I mean, she was clutch, and she hit some big shots, and I feel like she's one that we got to keep a little bit more tabs on. We were, if you would have told me that we kept their leading scorer to 4 and their second leading scorer to nothing, and we lose the game, I would have called you crazy last time, but that's what happened. So Danny, only had 4 points, and Mara didn't score against us, yet we lose the game. So, those other players like Shayla stepped up huge, and we just got to be aware of everybody going forward.
Well, good luck this weekend, Coach, and looking forward to wrapping up the regular season, and then the real season begins with divisionals in a couple of weeks. But good luck on Saturday, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jason. Appreciate it.
Eric Peterson joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline, as do all of our guests joining us. And every team knows. By the way, Crosstown coming up. The boys will play Friday night at the Bears or at the Jungle, and then the girls will play at 3:30 on Saturday afternoon. And every team knows the 2-point play can be a winning move. That's why State Farm agent Mike Miller and his team are here to help you go for 2 by combining your home and your auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. And so go for the win and score savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way that we're here to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. All right. Still to come, Tara Gilchrist will join us in about 5 minutes. The former Helena High standout pitcher in the circle. Can't wait to hear her. She's got another inspiring story. We talked Alex Barker yesterday. Tara Gilchrist will join us. Coming up here in just a little bit. Whoa, what is that? Oops, I hit the wrong thing. All right. Wow. Anyway, I got some breaking news. This is the first time. It's a public service announcement. After more than 18 months of research and development, the Manscaped engineering team has confirmed they have successfully created the greatest ball hair trimmer ever created. You ready for this? This new trimmer was just released not too long ago. And the Jason Walker Show is the first to confirm the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0 manscaping trimmer is now available for purchase. It's a third-generation Manscaped trimmer featuring a cutting-edge ceramic blade to prevent manscaping accidents. Millions of our friends are about to be nick-free thanks to Manscaped's advanced skin-safe technology. You know, I've been talking about Manscaped for a while now. If you use the Lawnmower 2.0, it's an easy transition. It's the same replacement blade with a new and improved skin-safe technology. When I tell you it's premium, I mean it is premium, okay? Battery is going to last up to 90 minutes, so you can take a longer shave. It's waterproof, too. And one of the coolest new features, an LED light, which illuminates grooming areas for closer, more precise trimming. And it's an upgraded 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology. And let's not forget about the charging stand. Show your mower off loud and proud. This intelligently designed stand is a rapid charging dock powered by USB. If you are listening to me right now, you're one of the first to hear about this life-changing product, and I want you to experience firsthand for yourself. Trim that junk. Get 20% off and free shipping. Use the code WALKER20 at manscaped.com. It's 20% off and free shipping. Use the code WALKER20, manscaped.com, WALKER20, manscaped.com. Check it out. High school tournaments continuing across the state and also college basketball as well. We got a big week coming up the rest of the week. Going to check in with Tricia Binford, the MSU women's head coach. Cats leading the league of the Big Sky. Also, Brandon Day will join us. Katie Garson-Forba will join us. Robin Selvig will join us tomorrow. And we've got a record breaker joining us tomorrow as well. But up next, we check in with Tara Gilchrist. She's next. This is the Jason Walker Show.
Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Everyone knows about Dinner's Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinner's Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinner's Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
It is a Wednesday here on the Jason Walker Show inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave. On this day in history, still to come. The walk-off, still to come. Get you set for tomorrow. Big show tomorrow, as we mentioned earlier. Can't wait to get that going. And, yeah, just a great week. Robin Selvig is going to join us tomorrow. I can't wait for that. Love talking to Coach Selvig. But we are going to continue here inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave, and getting set to join us here on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline is former Helena High standout in the circle, Tara Gilchrist. And Tara, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am doing well. Is Tara joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline? And I learned something last night, which we'll talk about here in a second. You're at MSU? How's that?
It's going good.
Is it better than high school?
Oh yeah.
Why? You had all your friends at high school.
I have friends here too, though.
Oh, okay. There you go. Tara Gilchrist joining us, Jason Walker's show. All right, so what's your major? What are you studying? I know you're a freshman, so you're going to change it about 3 times between now and the next 4 years, but what are you majoring in right now?
I'm actually a junior.
Oh, you're a junior already?
I am. It's weird. Yeah. I'm studying exercise science with a minor in psychology.
You took a lot of those, you're just one of them smart girls, aren't you?
Sure.
Okay, what was your high school GPA?
I don't remember, like a 3.8.
Wow. Well, that's pretty good. All right, so Tara Gilchrist joining us. I did not know about this until last night, and I saw it on the Helena softball page, the Bengals softball page. You've been living with a lymphatic disorder since you were 4 years old, and nobody knew about this. Explain exactly what this is.
So I have a condition called lymphedema, which basically is caused by a blockage in the lymphatic system, which will cause a buildup of fluid and most commonly a limb of the body.
So what is it? I mean, how does it affect your day-to-day life? Or, I don't know anything about this.
Okay. Well, so since I've had it since I was 4, I am in compression stockings just about all day, every day. I pretty much just live my life like anyone else. I just have to wear compression stockings and use compression wrapping and a few other things to try and keep the swelling down.
Gotcha. Tara Gilchrist joining us on Jason Walker's show. All right, so your birthday is coming up in a couple of weeks, and you've got a goal, and people do this all the time on Facebook, and that's where I saw it. But you've got a fundraiser for Lymphatic Education and Research Network. This obviously is very special to you, and people can donate on your page. But how did you get involved with this with the Lymphatic Education and Research Network?
Well, my birthday was actually Monday, but
do I know anything about you? Man, I thought I knew who you were. It's like I don't know you anymore.
Well,
anyway, continue.
Anyway, well, what happened is I know that people do those fundraisers. And I was like, well, maybe Facebook popped up and it asked me if I wanted to. And I was like, well, I wonder if they have any like lymphedema ones or whatever. So I searched and I found the Lymphatic Education and Research Network, which I have actually used their website a lot. I like to keep up on all the new research and stuff going on. And in my freshman year of college, I did a speech and I used their website a lot about it. And so I just thought it was a really good thing. And I read about what the money goes towards and realized that without stuff like that, I wouldn't be in the place I am today with the treatment that I received.
So last summer, you so how many surgeries have you had, and how many do you have still coming up? Because you got over the next couple of years are going to be pretty stressful.
Yeah. So mostly for my treatment in the last 17 years or however long, it's been pretty much just physical therapy and compression therapy and stockings and stuff like that. But last summer I met with my specialist in California and he referred me to these 2 surgeries. It might be 3. It's kind of based on the person and after you meet with the doctor, officially. But the first surgery I'll get will be this summer, hopefully. And it will reduce the size of my limb volume by taking out excess buildup tissue, so that after a year of healing, I can receive the second one, which potentially could help the severity of my condition.
Gotcha. Tara Gilchrist joining us here on the Jason Walker Show. How many people are affected by this yearly?
Well, it's actually super common. I think it's over, it's a lot. Okay. I'm not going to say a number because I don't want to say it wrong, but it's quite a bit because a lot of breast cancer patients actually end up with lymphedema after treatment in their arms.
Gotcha. You were diagnosed at 4. So what led to your family figuring, or the doctors figuring out something's wrong? What were the symptoms leading up to that?
Pretty much I was just being a 4-year-old playing around in the house, and my mom noticed the difference between my legs. And she started doing some research and found a couple articles about lymphedema. And basically, she just went with it and tried to connect with a doctor that we could talk to. We'd gone to a few in Montana, but it's not super common. They didn't really know what was going on. So we ended up down in California after that. And I visit him all the time.
Obviously, this is something that you haven't let run your life. And like I said, you were, great player for Helena High. And like I said, you and I talked before we came on the air, not too many people knew about this. So when did your teammates know? Obviously, Coach Schulte had to have known.
Yeah. So I basically just, if you ask, I'll tell, kind of. I don't really make it a big deal to single myself out from anyone else because I don't need to. But sure. I'm pretty sure the whole team knew. And just anyone that asked, I didn't really care. I'll explain it to anyone.
Well, I think it's wonderful what you're doing, and obviously you're not letting it, like I said, affect your life. If people wanted to donate to your fundraiser for this or just in general, how do they do so?
Okay, so my fundraiser is just on my Facebook page, and I believe you just click donate, and it takes you through the whole process. And then the Lymphatic Education and Research Network also has a donate now button on their front page, and if you click that, it takes you through, and you can look on their website, and in their About Us tab, it has your investment, and it tells you all about like where the money goes and like what they do with it. So yeah.
Well, it's amazing, and they do great work, and you're helping, and appreciate you sharing your story, because this isn't, like I said, nobody knew. So it's I'm glad that you're doing something, and obviously we wish you the best with the surgeries.
Oh, thanks.
And then obviously we wish you the best at Montana State too. So before you graduate, what are you going to end up doing with your life?
So after I graduate, I'm planning on going to physical therapy school.
Okay.
And I actually would love to eventually specialize in lymphatic physical therapy.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
When you get your business up and going, you can be a sponsor of the Jason Walker Show, and we'll help each other out.
Okay.
Tara, we appreciate it. Take care, and again, thanks for sharing your story, and good luck with the fundraiser. And if there's anything we can do moving forward, let us know.
Okay, sounds good.
That is Tara Gilchrist joining us here on the Jason Walker Show, and you can go to her Facebook page and read all about lymphedema, and something she's been dealing with since she was 4 years old. And it's a lot of people have it, like she said, but she's got some big surgeries coming up, and you can not fund her surgeries, but help out with the lymphatic education and research network. So I appreciate her joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. We'll do the walk-off coming up. Got on this day in history still to come. And that was, since it was Wednesday, and that was Tara Gilchrist. That's What She Said, presented by Dinner's Done Right. Make sure you stop by for fantastic food. And really, it's the salad bar. And we know you can get a meal to go. I did it last week for the wife for Valentine's Day. Got the pina colada shrimp. But stop in for lunch. You got the soup, salad, and nacho bar. Dinner's Done Right, 1212 Cedar in Helena will take care of you. There is no question about that. It is unbelievable. I love that soup, salad, and nacho bar. All right, let's wrap up our poll question for the day. Who should win the Frontier Conference Men's Basketball Player of the Year? It was between Zacchaeus Darko-Kelly or Jovan Slovanchinin, and both having fantastic seasons. And Darko-Kelly, according to you, according to our listeners, should win. It's 73 to 27%, but I feel like those two are going to be closer in the votes year round, or at the end of the year. So anyway, there is your poll. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to get to this because this is cool. We welcome a new sponsor on the Jason Walker Show today, Green Meadow Country Club. And my wife and I have been out at Green Meadow for a couple of years, and we love it. And you don't need a tee time. You can go out and golf when it's golf weather anytime. You don't need a tee time. You can just show up. You can take your little kids out there. You can't do that. There's no waiting. Friendliness. The staff is so amazing at Green Meadow Country Club. We love it out there. And this Sunday, between 1 and 4, there's an open house. If you have wondered whether you should become a member at Green Meadow Country Club, this welcome reception and tour between 1 and 4 will help you decide. And you're going to do it. You're going to love it. You got there'll be hors d'oeuvres and happy hour, but between the golf, you got the fitness center, there's a swimming pool. The wife and the little one loved the swimming last year. I golfed, they swam. The social activities all the time. We're playing in a cribbage tournament this weekend. There's so much great about the Green Meadow Country Club, and that is why you should become a member. And if you're debating whether you should or not, go to the open house this Sunday from 1 to 4. And then feel free to inquire today about membership opportunities and specials. Tell them you heard it on the Jason Walker Show, and they'll set you up. Green Meadow Country Club, go see them now, okay? Or make sure you go Sunday for the open house. And there's tapas nights. It's unbelievable. We love it at the Green Meadow Country Club. We're going to talk about it a lot more moving forward here on the Jason Walker Show. And we welcome them on board as sponsors here today, the first time. All right, let's get to On This Day in History, brought to you by the Motherlode Sports Bar, Casino, and Restaurant. 1928, the second Winter Olympic Games would close at St. Moritz, Switzerland. On that day, in 1928. Gilles Goffström of Sweden won his third consecutive Olympic men's figure skating gold, one of only 2 athletes at the time to win gold at both the Winter and Summer Games. Interesting. Canada won the Olympic ice hockey title in 1928 when they beat Switzerland 13-0. And also in 1928, the world champion French team of André Joly and Pierre Brunet won the Olympic pairs figure skating gold medal. The couple would marry the next year in 1929 and then win gold again in 1932. On this day in 1952, American defending champ Dick Button became the first figure skater to land a triple in competition with a triple loop in Oslo. Obviously won the gold. 1980, American speed skater Eric Heiden won the 1,000 meter in Olympic record, the third of a record 5 gold medals for Eric at Lake Placid. Also in 1980, Washington beat Montreal 3-1 to end the Canadiens' 34-game unbeaten streak against the Caps. The Caps had been 0-32-2 against Montreal since entering the NHL in 1974. Remember this date in 1998? The U.S. hockey team destroyed the rooms at Olympic Village in Japan. They were professionals, but they didn't act professional. Whoa, I just dropped my pen. I gotta have my pen. 1916, happy birthday. Eddie Acaro, the American Racing Hall of Fame jockey, won the Triple Crown on Whirlaway in 1941 and on Citation in 1948, born in Cincinnati, Ohio. It is also my wife's birthday, and I'm not going to tell you her age, but happy birthday to the wife, and she got her birthday dinner on Valentine's. So there. I kind of joke, right? I kind of kid. No, I gotta cook her something tonight, I'm sure. All right, appreciate, man, we had a busy show. We had a great show. We had Eric Peterson, Helena High girls coach. Got Crosstown coming up Saturday afternoon for the girls. The boys will play on Friday night. You got Zacchaeus Darko Kelly, who joined us. Oh, I should take, we're not talking to Tara anymore, but anyway, thank you for Tara Kilgrist joining us, sharing her story about living with a lymphatic disorder and having to wear compression socks in basically every day, all the time. Go to her Facebook page and find out more. And also Zacchaeus Darko Kelly joining us from the University of Providence. And they got a couple of big games coming up against Western and Rocky this weekend on Friday and Saturday. But good kid, the back-to-back NAIA National Player of the Week. And he joined us. We got a big show coming up tomorrow. Man, I can't wait. And we want you to join us, of course, each and every day here on the Jason Walker Show at 4 o'clock. And great sponsors, great listeners, viewers, friends of the show. We love what we do. We absolutely get a chance to do this every day. We love it, and we can't do it without you and our great support. So appreciate everybody joining us. All right, let's get to this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
All right, time for the walk-off here on a Wednesday. We already told you our great guest today. Thank you. Tomorrow, we will talk to Brandon Day, the Helena High boys coach. Brad Chisich from Harlem, the record setter, will join us. And soon to be, at some point, it's got to be, Hall of Famer, basketball Hall of Famer, but Robin Selvig, the former coach at University of Montana, will join us. Can't wait to talk to him. Walk Off brought to you by Cafe Zydeco. Make sure you stop by Cafe Zydeco, 625 Euclid, the best Cajun this side of Louisiana. We'll do it again tomorrow. We'll see you at 4. Have yourself a fantastic Wednesday. Happy birthday to my wife. And happy birthday to you if it's yours. See you tomorrow at 4, Jason Walker Show.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.